What looks easy peasy lemon squeezy but is actually difficult lemon difficult? Work. I'm a lawyer and had a client call saying she needs a help with a merger, but don't worry, it's super easy peasy lemon squeezy. That project took 6 months and I almost had a breakdown. She didn't understand why the bill was so high since it was so easy. Playing the triangle. A lot of my non-musician friends joke about how easy it is to play it. Then they actually hold the damn thing and look stupid. I can still remember my band director. You guys laugh about the triangle players, but you have no idea how hard it is to stay focused while counting 132 bars and not miss your cue. Whistling with your fingers. I did it once like 6 years ago and haven't been able to replicate it since. Pisses me off. Dancing. I wouldn't say it looks easy, but when I see people do it, they're so good at it and it flows so well it looks easy. But damn, I just cannot get my body to do anything more than a bop and maybe some stupid arm moves. I'm 25 and dance like a 50-year-old at a reunion. Dancers are so delicate and make it look so easy, it's honestly amazing. It's just hilarious when I try to do literally anything and fail horribly. All smoke and mirrors, friends. As a dance teacher, I can tell you confidently that it feels absolutely silly until you just start to sell it. 90% confidence, 10% squats. Having fun is step number 1. Fake it till you make it. Drawing something from memory. Like a bird or something. In mind, yep, that's a bird. On paper, that's a bird? Draw squiggly lines far away in the horizon. Birds. Reminds of the bicycle challenge. Go draw a bicycle from memory right now. Just take a pencil and paper or open paint at this very moment and draw with your mouse. Turns out everyone knows what a bicycle looks like, but almost nobody can draw it correctly without looking it up before. Well, everybody gets too caught up trying to draw the mechanical bits, but you don't really need them to convince your audience that it's a bike. Fuck all the noise, just draw 2 pizzas, cheese, no toppings, preferably thin crust with garlic seasoning, and a line above one of them, and you got a fucking bicycle. Source: am drunk artist. Digging. Anytime it's shown in movies or TV it looks easy AF, but the second you have to grab a shovel and break dirt. Blah. Here, just let me dig up this 6-foot deep grave with a shovel. Less than 20 minutes later. Welp, all done. The Walking Dead is so guilty of this. They would have been over burying their dead by season 2. A basic physical exam at the doctor. Looks like a simple look at the throat, listen to the chest, yup, they have a heart alright. When in actuality doctors spend thousands of hours practicing it so that when you come in with a murmur or funny-looking kid syndrome they can recognize it immediately. And yes, there are entire class sections on how to respectfully ask your patient to turn their head and cough as you push on their balls. They're looking for hernias. I swear this isn't what it looks like. He's helping me study for a test. Natural makeup. More work than regular makeup. TBH, this reminds me of a video I watched of a visual effects artist explaining his job. If no one notices your work on the footage, you've done your job well. It's only when you mess up do people notice. This is painfully true for a lot of jobs. When nobody notices, it means you did an excellent job, but no one will give you credit because they aren't even aware there is credit due. But the moment you slightly fuck up, you're the worst person in your profession. Street names. Everyone thinks it's great fun and likes to offer suggestions, but every tree, lake, and other natural feature has at least a dozen variations which you can't repeat for emergency service reasons. That, and you get cities which want a street name change anytime the road changes direction, regardless of a logical breakpoint like an intersection. I legit thought you meant street names like Lil T or Fingers. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Fingers. He does unspeakable things. Pretty much anything that a professional does. They make it look easy 'cause it's their job. Throw a football 65 yards accurately? PSSSH simple if you're an elite athlete. Cut open a chest cavity to fix a few coronary arteries? It's just another day at the office for a surgeon. Frame up a structural wall within a 2,000 square foot house? Just a bunch of wood and nails is all you need. Make crowded teeth perfectly aligned? Surely it's just a matter of wearing trays 1 through 55, voila! It's all straight. In reality, each of these tasks takes someone who trained for years to visualize the problem, solve it, and execute it to the T. It looks easy, 'cause they practiced the hell out of it. Making lemonade. Sure, squeezing one lemon is easy peasy, but do you know how much juice that makes? Not a lot. Fill in the rest with sugar, it's the American way. Or just use Country Time lemonade, there's nothing close to a lemon in it. Country Time lemonade. Sugar never tasted so lemon. Flying remote-controlled helicopters. It looks so effortless when watching seasoned flyers, but in reality it's like balancing a marble on an upturned bowl. I'll never forget the time I went out and bought a decently priced helicopter. 5 minutes into setting it up, I didn't even get it 3 feet off the floor before I smashed it into a chair, destroying the rotor blades. I tried maybe like 5 to 6 more times before I gave up, and now it hangs in my garage as a monument to my failure. Edit, I was outside. I wanted to get into FPV quad racing, decided to try out some of the sims to get used to it. IDK if there are sims for RC helis, but there are a bunch for quads. Dear God, it was so much harder than I thought. I'm just starting to get good enough where I feel like I could invest in a quad, but just can't get the courage to invest in all the gear needed for FPV. Trust me, you get used to it very quickly. Baby steps. As for a quad, invest in goggles and a radio, so that you don't end up like me, and buy shitty goggles, so I can't fly farther than 50 feet away from me. Crashes aren't that expensive when you're a beginner. Just take it easy, and start with hovering, then move on to moving forwards, then turning while moving forwards, and etc. I believe in you, Edit. I'm getting a lot of responses from this. Feel free to PM me if you have any other questions.